Good morning. Welcome to your Sunday WiseOne channel where I discuss religion. But I'm trying here. We are writing in our Wisdom book today, and we're writing our rough draft ones. We can spend our whole lives writing or drawing or whatever wisdom is shared from you for anybody that you want to share wisdom with. Sunday, and I'm trying to do this every Sunday. I hope you guys are well. I am your host, Riverdez. And we're gonna breathe. And I had somebody viewing, and they left already. Alright. So, little bits of wisdom. Things that we have already learned to write in our book. Or just like themed pages or anything today. I was trying to go more elaborate. Let's see. Got Puppy Dog. Okay. I wrote myself a note and I wanted to make sure that I remembered what it was. So, yeah. Okay. So, bits of knowledge would be. Well, yesterday I was thinking about how I should wait till somebody asks to help before we give help. Hold on, I'm doing a video. You want to be in the video.
Hi.
We've got a dressed Barbie. Barbie's not naked either. You haven't even gotten to your hair part. Wake up and enjoy the morning. Hi, viewers. How are you? Did you see Daddy? Did Daddy look at the video? Upstairs, did Daddy look at the video to see it was working all right? No, that wasn't Daddy. So whoever popped on. Oh, hold on, I'm writing. Kindly look. There we go. Before. In the way they. Is that bad? That one's completely empty. I'm gonna use a tattoo pen.
Barbie.
Or offer. They want Help. This is very flowy. I like it. I hope I don't run out of. Your hugs are the bestest. You hugs. So how's your morning so far? Did you have a good night? Did you sleep well? Did you have the sweetest dreams ever? Bestest dreams ever? What other things do I usually? Now I'm drawing a blank. It happens a lot. You are entertaining and distracting. So is there anything you wanted to do, or you just wanted to say hi to our viewers?
I want to play on your phone. I want to play on your phone.
Oh, is that what you came down for? What happened to the Switch?
I don't want to play on the Switch.
Well, you may have to, because my phone is not done charging yet.
Can I play on it while it's charging?
No. Do you want to go up with Daddy and play on the Switch? Or the TV? Or stretch? And do fun things? Upstairs? Do you have room for the trampoline? No. Clean up and get Daddy started on breakfast?
I forget.
That's not done charging, is it?
Let me see how much it is. I hope it's 100%. Okay, 9%.
Yeah, no, don't take that now. But Alex, maybe after breakfast you can play on my phone with the game that you like. All right. Love you. And I know I had a lot of wisdom. State of mind. Strive to problem use. Okay. Solve in a healthy, I want to say open, healthy, open, free of fear, of fear, state of mind. It's sparkly. My wisdom book rough draft is sparkly. Barbie, thank you for joining us. Dear state of mind. Yeah. What else was there? The wisdom that I had from my whole childhood. I grew up with all this wisdom and all these things that I've learned, to do or not to do. Don't remember if I have this in here or not. So it's fear, anger, noise, body, movement, and diaphragm. We will eventually get to sleep. Some of mind, body, heart, and soul. Alright, but this one is which is rage. Okay, so rage is rooted in, so rage, hates, okay, rage rooted in anger, anger is rooted in fear, fear is rooted in the unknown. So, hates is rooted in rage. Okay, so hates, so not knowing things can lead to fear, that can lead to anger, that can lead to rage, that can lead to hate. What don't you know? So when feeling any of these, any of these, ask what don't I know? That is pitiless. So that is fear, anger. What don't we know? Humor has also been a great agent to heal. Humor can, but humor also has a way of turning to a way that is not healthier. Humor sometimes heal. But also unhealthy humor is what people make fun of things that they don't need to make fun of things because they just don't know any better. If somebody's making fun of you, they don't know better. They don't know anything about it. So humor stemming with humiliation is based from what one doesn't know. And there's a lot of things we don't know that we don't know. There's so much that we don't know. That we don't know. So never stop learning. Learning and understanding. I can spell understanding. I try to shorten words apparently, but I don't have that abbreviation. It's sparkly and probably wet. It's a tattoo pen. It's another thing that's problem solving. Solving. Wisdom. Is that our power? Lies with what we utilize. Utilize. What we utilize? Utilities. Utilize. Accent. Spelling. So, what we know, what we can find out, can I read all that? Barely. That's why it's a rough draft. And all sorts of weird inks and stuff. I'm gonna have to switch this to the okay. There we go. What do we have around us? And what's those around us can work with? So we are not alone. We can reach out on this planet anywhere to get help, you know. We can use our resources wisely. We can use our resources wisely and then keep our answer's simple. Because usually if you're looking for, oh, that was a bit of, okay, so that's how I used to say it. All right, so it's like nothing complicated exists without a simplified component building, of a simplified, without components of simplified parts. Nothing complex exists without basic simplified simple parts, without how did I put it? Most basic parts, without simple components, simple parts, without most basic, without the most basic parts. So, in order to build something complex, you need components or elements that are basic, so it can be broken down into smaller and smaller parts. And that breaking that down makes it easier for a lot of people who think in those ways to break down. Those who think in full sentences and full concepts might find it harder to break things down. They might need like tokens of parts, things that are, I'll show them one thing. Yeah, but for most people that I've run into or that I've had in my circles, so you can always break it down into more manageable parts. If it's too big, you can always break it down into something you can use and then build up from there. It's sort of like, oh, what's it called? Inverted. It's a word. The concept's in my mind, but the word is escaping me. I must not use it as often as I need to. I need to find this word and start using it throughout the day until it becomes more familiar and more easier to grasp. Yeah. Work with smaller parts. Can rebuild. There were 2 points of wisdom that are now like, I want to put this and I want to put that down. Okay. You can do anything anyone else does. How did they do it? It's just a matter of when. How can you? Can you do it? Don't limit yourself. You just can't do it yet. Okay, so you may just not be able to do it yet. Underline the word yet. My wisdom. Okay. What's the 11? There is more to it. There is more than one. I should spell that out. One way to do any one thing. There's like a million ways to pick up a pencil. Use a magnet to pick up the ones that have the erasers metal parts at the end. If it's not aluminum, you can use sonic ways to pick up a pencil. You can use your hand to pick up your pencil, a finger to pick up your pencil. So you can pick up a pencil like this, you can pick up a pencil like that. You can draw the pencil off the table and pick it up. It just because most people pick up a pencil one way doesn't mean everybody picks up a pencil that way. Do that and then catch it and be, to pick up a pencil with their toes. Some do it with their teeth. I don't recommend that. That's not my thing. But inclusively, there is more than one way to do any one thing at any given time. At any given time. It's pretty. I like it. So, okay. Understanding perspective. The way it is for you may not be the way it is for somebody else. Perspective. Understanding perspective. The way one sees or does life may be different than I put down me. Sometimes on a lot of these I'm putting you can and you or I do or where one does or somebody else does or me. So I understand. How about general? Neither here nor there nor somebody else, Stretch. Okay. Let's see. Oh, knowledge. And intelligence. Intelligence. C. Intelligence. C. Intelligence. C. Intelligence. And intelligence. Oh, squiggly lines. Alright, large intelligence. They're not always parallel. Or not to get confused. Let's just not to get confused. Not everyone is intelligent and someone. I want to know. I hear something. Okay, so that upstairs sound. That's fine. Okay. Everyone's intelligent in some way. If we get rid of that bias that some are intelligent and some are not intelligent, any type of life form, then it's their own thoughts and feelings. It makes it a whole lot easier to navigate in this world with other people. Their feelings. Yeah. Experience. See, we've been at this for about half an hour. Okay, let's see what else to put down. I used to have these whole things where it's like little phrases. Okay, appreciation. Appreciation is a practiced tool that works great against that may be full. Against, let's write against that is not how you spell against. Depression. I'll just put down depression. So showing appreciation is a great tool when it comes to depression. It's not the only tool. It's not the only. It won't eradicate depression. It's not gonna. No, I'm so grateful. It's not gonna make somebody less depressed. It's just gonna make it easier to come out of depression. Let's see. Did I put that down? Never stop learning and understanding. Learning, understanding yourself helps navigate the world around. Get rid of concepts of greater, less than, and greater when comes to life. No life is less than another. Energy is strength. Everything nothing truly goes away. Truly goes away. Its energy is just transformed, transferred, just transferred. I like the dead or the if I think about it, when a person dies or a animal dies or a plant dies, it's broken down, it starts to decompose, and then it's fed back into the cycle of life. I mean, there's this whole cycle of life, and then the plants eat all the decomposition, and then the animals eat the animals and the fungus eat the decomposition, or the plant and the and the fungi. It may be good for them or bad for them, depending on who or what they are. And then other animals eat down there, and the dead animals or live animals or whatever. And then the cycle, because it's all in this earth. We're all in our atmosphere for the most part, except for the astronauts and things that we've shot into space. So the weight of the spinning of the earth and the way that it's transformed and transfumed, and it's like the stuff that's slid between the continents, it's there. It's transferred. It's like that cute little story that you might want to look at, the broken cup. If the water doesn't go away, the water is just no longer in the vessel of the cup. It's on the floor, and if you put it in you soak it into a cloth, the water still exists, and you can wring it out, and it still exists. And Even if it evaporates into the air, it still exists. The energy, the water, the molecules are still there, just whether or not they get rearranged and dry up. It's just it turns into energy, different energy in different forms. So energy is constantly there, transformed into other energy, and we constantly burn that cute little electrodes, going in our brain, and the electromagnetism that we have that's so seemingly minute and insignificant seeming. It's fun. We have that energy constantly. We're like firing, brain uh neurons and stuff from one receptor to the other receptor constantly, continuously. Just so many single, like photos, photo, photon beam, photon particles of light that allow us to see, that allow us to, that when we come across it, these reflections of these lights that have traveled from the sun that we process through our brain, these images are imprinted on our eyes as we come across them, and then our brain makes sense of them. It's amazing, you know, that we have this. And with our greater divinity that is within ourselves, we can appreciate it. We can have feelings with it, and it starts coursing through our body. And it's amazing, that all these things happen to be here, and in these moments that come and pass, that these moments that our ancestors, great to the point before civilization, they lived how long? How long did humans live before civilization? They had been nomads longer than they had been civilized or been in civilizations, have been in and growing and agriculture and herding and mining and all these other, things that we do. And it worked for them a lot longer than it worked for us to not. And then if you look at even modern humans still benefit from traveling from one place to another, establishing trade, establishing friendships, establishing, with people from far away, the lasting imprints and the lasting good health of a person who has traveled, who has met many other people, who has engaged in other culture, engaged in diversity, that lasts with them, that they bring home, they come home and they bring it scientifically. These things have been shown to benefit people and then benefit their lives and benefit those who are around them. The more one benefits, the more the neighbors benefit, the more that, all are doing well. So focusing on you doing well and welcoming neighbors and welcoming foreigners has always been a benefit, has always benefited, like the ways that they might agriculture or that they might um, approach the same situations that you are approaching in your life, like, oh, he cheated or whatever. And to think all the way across the other side of the world, somebody else is having the same issue. What did they do about it? What did you do about it? You guys start mingling and like, that's the best way to handle this. And then somebody's great grandma says, oh, I remember when so and so, this is what we did. And you get to see the ended result of that. And so that can improve your life. That's a oversimplified thing that we can approach it in so many other aspects of our lives. So understanding how somebody once did something and how somebody's doing it, same situation, because if you think about things that we all grow older, we all have babies, or we all have people in our lives who have babies. We all have where somebody's had some sort of disability. We've all been in a situation where, whether we not notice it or not, somebody has a different way of thinking or different brain. It's just beautiful, and they have to interact with other people. Like how India made those who were what's considered now to be neurodivergent. They were the Brahmas. They were the ones that were in charge, and the neurotypicals had to listen to those who were neurodivergent. And so that fascinates me. That's so like, yeah, should we go back to that? So if somebody is nonverbal or they have their life where they're, like leave them alone. Don't try to make them neurotypicals. Neurotypicals need us neurodivergents to survive. Us neurodivergents need our neurotypicals in order to survive. The way we shape our society, the way that we shape how we interact with each other, that is a type of divinity. We are a living organism. Our society, our community, our close-knit cell of who we live with in our day-to-day lives is a cell on our society that is set up of our entire planet. So to do well, to focus on you doing well, if you really want somebody else to do well yourself. Make sure you have all your stuff in check, or make sure if you're not the one making sure you have everything in check, doing well, and somebody's asked you to help them, and you're able to, and you want to, that's fantastic, to help somebody out. Because it helps you out, it helps other people that you love to be helped out with, to help out. And again and again and again and again, it just starts these waves and these particle flows of our organism, society, breathing, living, who and what we are. I mean, I gotta say something's sick and wrong with our society if so many people are dying, say, from suicide, which is a hot button issue, or some part of our society is being hurt. So we need these antibodies of people who do well, those are who are in our society that are points of authority, that do well, that help out the society in small ways or in large ways, that help out societies way across the globe because they feel that calling, or ones that help out their inner community, that help out with just their house. We don't have to understand it. I don't understand the they them, but if you want to be called they them, I will respect it. I just have to do it. The understanding can come later. I do understand the gender fluidity because I have it, because I am gender fluid, and I support others. I don't have to understand why you want to be called a multiple or like a third party preference. Like, why you want the dissociation of they or them? Like, oh, that's theirs, or they want to go to when they're in your presence. But okay, if that's what you want, give somebody exactly what they ask for. That's the way I believe, is that you should give somebody exactly what they ask for, up to a point that you're able to, and it's healthy. Put health first, because that is the biggest cry right now we need is to address is health. Health of our society, health of our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, the health of our planet is all tied together. So yeah, that's a lot of wisdom that I should just put in the book, but it was a lot easier to talk about, so I should transcribe it sometime. That's a task that I'm going to want to do. Somehow I want to figure out how that works on here, and I'd like for other people to be able to see the captions. I'd like to be able to, because I depend on captions too. But yeah, so that's That's important. That divinity that we have within ourselves, we also have a divinity when we connect to other people. There's that divinity and that connection with the way we interact with other living forces in this planet and around this planet, and how we interact with our planet and our space. To care for our outer space would be nice. If I could affect that, I would. That we should care for our outer space, we should care for our planet, we should care for each other, and we should care for ourselves. It's the greater divinity that is more powerful than all of us. And it needs us as much as our greater divinity needs us as much as we need our greater divinity, our higher selves, the higher power, the power that recognizes great divine. The power of ourselves, the power of our relationship with our earth, and the relationship with outer space. We'll just put outer space and beyond that because, so they're talking about the solar, our solar, our Milky Way, our universe, our multiverse, and all that is expanding and retracting all the way down to our microscopic. There's a word for that has escaped me. And it is vitally essential and important to understand all that. It is essential to understand that. Do you have to? No, gosh, no. You have choice. And for us neurodivergents that probably have PDA, that choice is life or death. The fact that we have choices is life or death. So inclusively, do you have to? No. But is it important? Yes. You're more than welcome to understand it or not. It's not. Do I demand that you have to? No, gosh, no. I want you. There's a desire for me to let you have this understanding of importance. That is important. And yes, accommodating. I desire to be accommodating for those inclusively, that everyone, all people, to have this faith and to have this understanding, to have this is vitally essential and important because I understand this need that we have as a people, as a society, as a planet full of people. That we need our neurodivergence, and then our neurodivergence need our neurotypicals, or what we understand to be neurotypical and what we understand to be neurodivergent, and understand that seemingly binary issue of neurotypicals and neurodivergence is a spectrum, is a full spectrum of people, and that I may explain otherwise, or not otherwise, but explain inclusively of what that means in another video. I really appreciate you all tuning in to this when you have the chance and have the opportunity. And I really appreciate help this grow. This message is important. Even if you don't understand it, you don't have to. You just have to. No, you don't have to. You don't have to understand it. But I'm asking you to spread this message, to express this importance, this understanding, this seemingly simplistic understanding of this message that I try to relay. It has its importance, it has its pluses and its minuses. Oh yeah, there's another bit of wisdom. I will shorten. There is no good and evil. If I could get rid of good and evil, I would, and back to a time where good and evil did not not a concept that anybody bothered with. They didn't know existed. They didn't know it was not a concept. It just wasn't there. But yes, thank you so much for joining me, for your understanding, for your likes, subscribes. And just to let you know, as easy as it is to spread hate and all that other stuff, I want to let you know. Love you. Love you all. Love you guys. And until next we meet, have a good one.